submitting. So please make sure that you look at that. And then we have the judging, also the scores are collected and collated, with the entrants receiving the highest overall score being declared the winner. We also have a voting element of it, where we vote on the different categories. Then stage 4, the HR Awards team will present the publication of the winners to the HRM board, that is the council. And then stage 5, the award ceremony. The winners of each category will be announced at the HR Awards official gala event and award ceremony on 28th of November 2025. The venue and the theme will be communicated as we continue. So critical timelines that you need to look at. 1, the awareness period kicked off 16th of October with nominations opening. Nominations close on 12th of November. The first round of judging between 13th and 18th of November. Then we have voting 19th to 22nd of November. And then second round of judging 23rd to 25th of November. Verification and validation the 25th and 26th. Reporting and publication on 27th. And finally, handing over the official publication, that is presenting the awards on the 28th of November. So I will not get into the details of the categories because this is information that is available to you. But under the individual categories, we have 4 of them. Best People Focused CEO/MD of the Year. If you call the person leading your business a different name, I had a call the other day, someone asking whether the Vice Chancellor can submit at this category because they're the ones who run the university. Then yes, if the person you're submitting for, the title is equivalent to the CEO in your organization and not necessarily as written, then that is the category that you submit for. Same applies for HR Director. This is the topmost HR leader in your business. That's HR Director. Then HR Trendsetter. These are people who are doing unique things, innovative things within the HR space. And this one needs a lot of support because you need to show evidence that you're a trendsetter. It could be internally in your business, you're championing innovations in HR that have transformed the business, or it's out there in the community, you're doing philanthropic work, or you're doing some work that is unique. That is the trendsetter of the year. And finally, HR Rising Star. This is for the young people. It has an age limit. This one, I think, is 27 years. So we have also received HR Rising Stars from people who do not qualify. So please just look through the criteria even as you submit. Then for the organization categories, we have 5 of them. This applies to blue chip companies, learning institutions, NGOs, commissions, independent agencies, membership institutions, fintech, any organization, but not government. We have a category that takes care of government ministries, parastatals, and counties separately, based on the feedback and the requests that we have gotten over the years. So for the organization categories, there are 5. Best HR Transformation Initiative of the Year, Best Talent Management Strategy of the Year, Best HR Tech Initiative of the Year, Best Work Wellness Initiative of the Year, and finally, Best ESG Initiative of the Year. So for the micro, small, and medium enterprises, we have a category because it is not fair to compare a multinational, for example, with an MSME in the same category. So for that one, we have this category is open to all organizations with staff complement of 99 and below. So we have HR Excellent MSME of the Year Award. So it has its own criteria. So look at that because it encompasses quite a number of elements for your institution to get that. Same applies to government ministries. So we have HR Excellent Ministry of the Year, HR Excellent State Corporation of the Year. This criteria gives the details. Then for county governments, we have HR Excellent County Government of the Year and HR Excellent County Assembly of the year. So those are the categories that we have. This document will be circulated to you. It provides now the details of each of those categories, who qualifies, whether it's individual nomination, whether you need to be nominated by somebody else, the years of experience. So you see, it's quite detailed, even for the organization categories. So all the way to the bottom, it gives you details for each category. And you can see, like I said, even for state corporations, we have quite an expansive criteria that has to be met for you to qualify for that. So I'm trying to see whether we have anything critical at the bottom. Details of submissions, of entry submission, executive summary, write-up report on the HR initiative. That will be critical, especially for the judges. Write-up report should contain an executive summary of the HR initiative or program for the participating category. The maximum length of the write-up report is 2,000 words for each award submission, excluding charts, diagram, appendices, tables, and references. So please look through the requirements, and up to 5 supporting documents to provide the results or evidence for the initiative or program. Support documents can be Word, could be PowerPoint, photos, data analysis, videos, and each file upload should be capped at 500 MB each. So that is important for you to note, but I will allow my colleague Daniel and Don to also take us through the submission process and also speak to the evidence that needs to be provided. I think for me, I'll take questions at the end so that we can save on time. Daniel and Don.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Thank you, Irene, for the wonderful presentation. I think all of us have seen the process, the methodology, and everything. My name is Rashid, and I will take you through the submission process through the system. But before I do that, let me share where we can get more information about the HR awards and the number that you can probably call in case you meet any problem.
Rashid, are you speaking to us?
There is something I'm copying on the chat so
Okay.
that anyone who is in the meeting can
Mm-hmm.
get more information on the HR awards and the link to the
Mm-hmm.
system where that person can make an entry.
Okay. I think
Yes,
it would
yes.
also be good for us to project the site.
Yeah, yes, I'm
Uh,
projecting, but first I'm sharing the link to the site, then I'll project.
Okay. So for those of us who are able to go to the chat, as soon as Rashid shares that, then you can follow it. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah. So it gives you the site to visit and then the process of how to make a submission. I think I'll hand you over back to Rashid.
Okay, what I was sharing was on how you can now reach the system on how to make an entry, and the number below it is the number that you can reach us in case you encounter any problem. We have the HRN number and we have the number that you can reach us on. So going very fast, I'll share the screen on how to make an entry. Can everybody see how
I
the
can
system
see
looks
it
like?
myself. Yes,
Yes?
we can see
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay, what you can see is the dashboard of an overview of what you are supposed to do. We have the category, we have the details, the organization, the submission, and the document that you're supposed to upload before you complete your nomination process. We have the categories, and the categories you have six large categories. They are grouped into very large categories is individual awards, we have the large organizations, we have the MSMEs, we have the government, the county and state corporation. So under the individual awards, as you can see, we have the best people focused CEO or MD, the HR director, the best trendsetter of the year, and the rising star. So if you think any of these category fits and you think one is able to be fitted through any category, you can select through that the individual, you have the large organization, and the large organization, you have what you can see the HR tech initiative, you have the ESG initiative, the workplace wellness, the best talent management strategy of the year, and the best HR transformation of the year. Let me take you through one of the categories under individual awards. For example, we can use the best people focus CEO of the year. And when you choose that, there's little information on or the minimum requirements for you to make an entry. For example, in this kind of categories, you cannot self-nominate. You have to be nominated. The study period should be not less than 18 months and etc. Then you go to next. It's as simple as that. Then you put in your details, the gender. Let me put anything. As you can see, it will also show you if does not allow you for self-nomination. Then you go to next, the organization that you're coming from. So now this is the part where you are supposed to fill in the achievement and the project details of your project, the detailed summary, the autonomy project initiative, and you have the minimum requirements for that. So let me just input anything, and also on the right side of it, you have the voice to text. So it's not a must you put that into text. You can just say whatever you want, and everything will be put right there. So we go on. So as you can see, after you fill in whatever that requires you, and you have the minimum requirements, maybe the 350 words, you can go to next. Then now from here, you can upload your ID, the front, the back, passport photo, a supporting video. Then you have the referee details where you can put your referee, say, yeah. Then the reference email, the reference phone number, and then now you can upload any supporting documents that you have in PDF, JPG, or PNG format. And after that, you are going to be shown if anything is missing from this dashboard over here. Then you submit a nomination. Just So this is optional, but if you have a video that you can show us supporting, that is very fine. After that, now you can submit. So after submission, that is the mission that will give you, and now from our admin side, we will send an email for confirmation that you have received your entry. I think that will be all, and I'll be taking any question.
All right, Rashid, thank you. I think it's also important to note that there are payment details that you submit. So when you're making a submission, you need to pay. So, Rashid, I don't know whether that is linked to submission or at what point the payment is done. Yeah, I think you can speak to that or done. Then we can open up for questions.
Thank you, Irene. For the submission to be complete, you have to have made the payment. So for the individual, it's 5,000, and for organization is 10,000. So after you are done with the submitting of the application, someone will call you to confirm about your nomination. Then you make the payment so that your nomination can go to the next in the next stage. Thank you.
All right, thank you. For those who have joined as we were proceeding, please see the chat. Rashid has shared the link to the page as well as the process and also a phone number. The phone numbers which you can use directly to get support on HR awards matters. Preferably use the 0725 521 845 because that's a direct line on HR awards. So we are open to take any questions or clarifications, if any. I think you can unmute and speak. I'm not seeing any hand. I had a question. Okay, there is a question here that says, you can also put them on the chat. When will you share the Word document? We will share it immediately after this session. I think, Dan, please confirm we are able to retrieve the emails and send to everybody who was in this meeting, because you registered for that, so we can share with you that. And it's also going to be public on the HRM website, as well as the submission page. So the closing date for nomination, 12th of November. 12th of November is the closing date for nomination. So that is on Wednesday next week. So please, whatever approval processes that you need, do that in good time. Any other question? I think the chat is working well, but you're also free to unmute, and it's also there. The HRM Kenya has put the document, so you can even download it now when you're on the call, and you'll be able to have the document. So please do that. Yeah, well done, says Asante. You're welcome. So after submitting one's application, you need to pay. Yes. Once your submission is successful, the AfriCapital team will call you, and then you will need to pay. But we will also do a flyer on the payment process. It is 5,000 for individual category per category, and it is 10,000 per organization category per entry. Join Jue. When is the gala? 28th of November. Most likely it's going to be at what's the name? Ole Sereni, but we will share the details, the theme, and all that as we come closer. But it's 28th of November, that one is confirmed. What approvals are needed? There are institutions that require approval processes before submitting, and there are those that do not. So if your institution, Rebecca, does not need approval, then proceed and make your submission as soon as possible. But if internally you need your approval processes, because that's a request we have gotten, that's why we have extended the submission time, then you need the submission time. The approval, you need the time to get the approval process. Rose Ngaire, is the gala invite only? Are there tickets or everyone is welcome? Well, gala is open to all members and even to non-members. Of course, there is a fee to it. That's why I said we will communicate. But if you make your submission and you make it to the finalists, then we usually have a complimentary ticket for those who are finalists and are likely to win during the gala. So those are subsequent information upon submission. So it's not the invite only part is for the complimentary ones, for people who have qualified to the level of being finalists, but then the dinner is open. We will sell that separately. And then please clarify on the payment. What do you mean per category? If you submit for CEO of the year, it is 5,000. If you submit for HR director, 5,000. If you submit for HR rising star, 5,000, even if they're coming from the same institution. And then if in the organization you submit for tech, you submit for ESG, you submit for transformation, each is 10,000. So I hope, Joy, I am clear on that. And it has been clarified there. If you submit for any category, you'll be required 5,000 per individual category, 10,000 for organization. Then what would be the difference between judging period and the voting process as well? Rashid, you can speak to that. But judges is a human touch. They sit down and they review the documentations and submissions. They verify with the ground, with the referees and all that. Then voting, it comes back to members. Yeah, and they vote for the different categories. But I think Rashid can speak to that. Okay, Joy, thank you. I'm happy it's clear. Rebecca, you're welcome. Rashid, could you speak to judging period and voting process?
The difference between the judging period and the voting process is when you make an entry and you submit your nomination, the team of judges will go through whatever you've submitted, and that will account for almost 70% of the total marks. Then now the voting process will account for 30% after now the team is satisfied with whatever you've done. the voting process will be open so that anyone can vote for you, but that will only account for 30% of the marks. That will be after now the judging period.
Yeah, and which categories are voted for, Rashid? Because not all of them.
Yes, yes, yes. The individual categories are the ones that are voted for.
Yeah, so we only vote for the individual categories. For the organizations, what you submit is what is used for the judging. Rose Ngaire, how many people pass the nomination per category? I'm not sure I understand your question, but everybody who meets the criteria as per the judges passes. And then now it goes back to voting for the individual categories. So the passing is dependent on the pass mark, which is now for the judges. So anybody who meets the criteria and the submissions qualify, then they pass. And that is usually published. So I'm not sure that I get your question. Ibi Rashid, do you get the question? How many people pass the nomination per category? Okay.
Kindly reframe the question.
No. She says I answered, so it's okay.
Okay.
All right. Any other question? The document has been shared on the chat, and also the link to the portal where you need to make your submissions. The phone number has also been shared. Please feel free to share with colleagues who may not have joined this call so that they're also on the same page. Yes, it depends on the number of people who have submitted and met the criteria. That's okay. Okay, so if we don't have any other, I think it's a Tuesday. People are still busy at work and it's heading to your lunch break. We can allow you to go, but we're happy to answer any other questions, even offline. The number has been provided, the link to the portal has been provided, and the info pack has also been provided. Skylar, so your nomination can't go through without payment. Yes, every nomination has to be accompanied by payment. Yeah, it's also a sieve for the seriousness with which you're taking the submission. We have had instances earlier on before payment was introduced. Remember, this is our 6th year. So we have lessons that we have learned over time, where you would get someone just dump something on the system and move on. So it is also a commitment to the process. So yes, every nomination has to be accompanied by the payment. You're welcome. All right, Rashid, unless you have something that I've forgotten, or Daniel, I think we can end the meeting.
No, I'm good, Irene. I think that was good. I have nothing to add. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Daniel, you okay?
Yes, I'm okay. In case of anything, you can reach out to us. We will assist.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time to join the call. We look forward to receiving your submissions, and we also look forward to hosting you for the gala dinner on the 28th. Please look out for more information on our platforms. We'll be happy to keep you posted. Thank you and a good afternoon.